Hello, guys. This is the second episode of Young in Love, and I welcome you guys to the second episode. For those of you who listened to the first episode, I hope you enjoyed it. The last time we talked about slay queens and homelies, who the guys prefer, and it was quite fun and interactive. And this time around, we are going to be talking about winning ways. And in winning ways, we are just going to be discussing guys, basically. We know that there are things that guys do that ladies find really annoying. Very, very annoying. And so in winning ways, we are going to be saying those things that we find annoying as ladies, and those things that we think guys can do to win our hearts. And that's why this episode is titled Winning Ways. So I'm not going to be doing this alone. With me, I have very amazing, young, talented people who are going to be discussing with me. And so with me, I have Leila. Say hi.
Hello, everybody.
Okay, I also have Gospel Ekbo with me.
Hello, friends.
Okay, so I also have Temple Ekbo with me.
Hello, people.
All right, we have Chiemeka with us. Chiemeka Ekbo. He doesn't like me calling him Emeka, but please pardon me. So please say hi.
Hi, everyone.
Okay. And the last person here is Kachi Lucas.
Hi, everybody.
Okay. So now we're going to begin. And I've put together three major things that we can talk about. And I'm going to be starting with you, Leila. Oh no, let me start with Kachi. So Kachi, you're going to be telling us, and I want you to feel free. I want you to be very expressive. Tell us, don't hide it. Your boyfriend will not be angry. At least he can learn from what you see here. So or some of those guys who are still planning on wooing you. So what are some of the cliche lines that guys use when trying to get a lady? What are some of those cliche lines? Can you tell us a few of them?
Well, speaking from my angle, so many guys I have met during the course of movements and all, some will just be like, I love your hair, I love your eyes. And I'm like, my eyes, they are the normal color, for crying out loud, my eyes.
But though a guy can like your eyes.
I get that a lot. They all, as in, like the eyes. They don't love the eyes. They just want to get the attention they want to get,
So you think that's cliche?
Yeah, it is. It is.
And you don't find that interesting at all?
Well, pretty much everybody tells me my eyes is nice, and sometimes I pretty much get tired of hearing it. So it's just there. Then some people be like, "Are you on WhatsApp?"
Is that like a first line? Is that something guys say to you, like for the first time?
I swear, it is annoying. Like, I could give instances of me coming back from the market and somebody was like, "Are you on WhatsApp?" And I
just like that.
And I just showed him my touchlight phone, like, "Hey yo, I am not on WhatsApp." He was like, "Oh, can I get your number?" I said, "That's what you'd have just said from the onset, and I'm sorry, I can't give you my number."
Okay. So, Leila, do you want to tell us some of those lines that you find as cliche that guys use?
Very cliche. First of all,
when a lady says first of all,
there is this guy. I'm going to use this typical example. I don't know if it happens to every lady, but there was this guy that met me and he wanted to get my number and I was being hard. The next thing he said was, "I can take care of you." You should stop using words like that.
Okay.
I'm somebody's daughter. I have friends that can take care of me.
All right.
Don't take care of me. That is one.
But really, you don't want to be taken care of.
I don't need your care.
Okay, that particular.
At that initial stage when you've not even shown interest in knowing my
But he's
person.
showing interest now.
No,
like he can take care of you.
You are just bragging. You're telling me what you feel will attract me, and I find that very repelling. You can't just come to my friend and tell me you can take off me like I'm hungry. I'm not hungry.
Okay.
And secondly, when a guy is trying to get your number and starts following you around, like you are walking left, he's walking left with you. People around are noticing
that
you.
followership.
Yes, people are noticing it. And you are not comfortable about it.
Yes.
But he's not minding either.
He's talking.
He's talking with you like the two of you have known each other for ages. Stop that, please.
Guys, stop it.
Please.
Guys.
Once a lady says no, stop following her around. And her neighbors are seeing her. Her people are seeing her. Please. They will tell her parents, stop following her
Okay,
around.
but Leila, I need to ask you something. Would you sound differently if this guy was very tush, was probably riding in a very clean car and all? I mean, you'll be proud that neighbors can see a tush guy following you, right?
First, yeah. That comes in, that plays in.
Okay.
And first of all, before I'll meet a guy that I'll comfortably enter his car, or I'll be comfortable with my surroundings, knowing him, I must have met you in a totally different environment first. You can't be meeting me in a place where I'm very popular, people know me around, and you just stop a car and you expect me to enter. It's, to me, I feel there should always be a date before instances like that. You don't have to be around my environment. It should be something mutual in an environment that is not peculiar to either of us.
Okay, so you're really concerned about people watching, the onlookers.
Onlookers say a lot of things.
Okay.
Say a lot of things that you personally may not hear, because people won't want to tell you the bad things about yourself they are saying.
So like just hopping into a guy's car will give people the impression that you're a loose girl.
Yes.
And you don't want that. So you
Let's get to know ourselves first before we start hopping from left to right.
So in essence, you want guys to stop approaching you and offering that ride thing, like the hopping. Don't tell a girl hopping. We are not what they call it, grasshoppers.
We're not
Kangaroos. Yeah. Stop telling girls to hop in your car. It's not funny.
Or Sienna.
Okay, so I think what you said is really important, because just last week I experienced something similar. I went out and I was coming in, and it's not really safe out there. And now I passed a couple of guys, and one of them said, "Excuse me," just like that. I don't know him. "Excuse me." And I didn't want to stop. This man looked like he was in his early 40s. "Excuse me," just like that. "I don't know you. You have a phone in your hand. I don't know who you're calling." There's this thing going around. If they say Ankara, it means I've seen a female victim. If they say, what's the other one? It means I've seen a male victim. I don't know what you will say. So I just kept going. And then I noticed that this guy was following me. The followership thing you talked about. I noticed that he was following me. It was creepy. Why would a man be following me? It's either you're trailing me to know my house, so that in the night you will come and meet me in my bedroom and do whatever it is you want to do. So I looked around. The place was lonely. I decided to just keep moving until I get to a place that's very busy. The moment I got to a busy place, I turned around and I faced him squarely. "Why are you following me?" He said, "No, I'm not following you. I'm just going." I stopped. "Please pass, sir." He refused to go. "I want to talk to you." "Do you know me?" "No." "Have we met?" "No." "Then what do you want to tell me?" "I like you." "Sir, I don't like you. And please stop following me." And I noticed that he actually followed me even after then. So I didn't enter my house. I had to stop in a salon and I chilled there until the man gave up and he left. So guys, don't be creepy. Stop doing creepy things to ladies. Stop stalking ladies, especially when they don't want to, give you that attention. And so please just stop doing it. Temple, I see that your mouth is really full. Probably you have something to say. Please tell us.
I'm just listening to ladies, and I want to look at it from the point of love. It's possible that somebody would have studied you for quite some time, and so if the person decides to trace you down to your house, you don't even know the person. Maybe the person have studied you, have done some research about you, and and decide to come meet you one-on-one, and maybe that day is not the perfect day for you. So I just feel there are diverse opinion why guys would do like that. It's only those who are, some guys I know, but the real guys will always meet you when they've studied you.
Okay.
But I know that there are guys who they just want to take the first opportunity. They say to them they feel is a first instance, so the first impression counts. So they want to do everything possible to impress you. Maybe like you talked about the car. Maybe that guy trolling you. Maybe that's the opportunity he has driving that car that day. And maybe he just...
It might not even be his car.
Exactly. So I'm looking at maybe he has been planning this girl for a long time, and let me just use this car. Maybe this one will give me that edge.
Oh,
and
wow.
he trade you, and if a girl gives him the opportunity to have been a perfect one that day. But just like girls are saying, it's not all are like that. Some believe so. The girls have taken us to the background. They've relegated us to the background, so they feel if you don't see any guy, like you talked about, if you don't see any guy with something good, your first impression matters a lot. Your first look. So if I'm trekking, you don't want to give me a look now. You don't want to give me a second look. If I'm riding on a Venza,
Venza, really?
you will stop. A girl want to stop at least. That cost will be there.
Really?
Yeah, true.
Wow.
Some girls will stop. Okay, and yes, some will stop because they want to stop.
They find that impressing.
Yeah, of course.
That you have
First
a car.
impression matters a lot. At least they'll tell them there's a guy that dropped me by. I will just enter. And she been allowed to enter. We'll enter. Go. So I feel that there are diverse reasons why guys act that way, and that's just nature of our society. Honestly.
Okay. Thank you, Chiemeka. Do you have something to say?
Yes, I really want to respond to Leila. First of all, I must sympathize with ladies, seriously, because
Thank you.
I know what they go through.
Thank you.
For you to be a lady and the attraction and the distractions from men, wow, it's unbelievable. So I sympathize with you.
Thank you.
I feel your pains.
Thank you.
Sorry about that. But you made mention of if a lady says no to you, that you should leave the lady and move on. I want to bring the issue of persistency, for goodness sake. Now, I have a friend, let me bring this instance, that looked for admission 7 years in University of Port Harcourt, trying to study computer science. He did 7 good years. He was persistent on the 8th year. That was when he got the admission. So,
But ladies are not computer science, though.
you're not computer science. It's just I'm talking about persistence. If you persist, it means that nothing good comes easy. It's a popular saying. So if really, for the fact that I've persisted for maybe 1 month or more than that, it should tell you that I really like you. I really love you. I'm not just coming because of superficial things. I'm coming because
Superficial things like what?
Okay, yes, I used it. It's believed that when a guy comes to a lady, it approaches a lady, it may not be real. The guy is looking for something, or maybe because of your body or the rest of that. But for me to persist, it means that I have seen something I value in you. I will not just be pestering around something I don't value. Is when I see value, as Temple earlier mentioned. If I see value in you, that's when I will persist
Okay.
to ensure that I will get that.
Okay. Have you heard something about Yoruba demons? I mean, this is without prejudice to the tribe. Just is that thing, Yoruba demons. Yoruba demons are persistent. They will take you to the highest high. If it means pursuing you for 2 years, they will. But the moment they get you, or whatever it is they were chasing in you, they leave you. And when they drop you from that height they took you to, and you hit rock bottom, your life has finished. You've heard of that.
Okay.
So persistence, to me, it doesn't really mean anything. To be really honest, it doesn't mean anything.
Okay, whichever way, but if it will take me to be a Yoruba demon to get what I want, I think let me be the Yoruba demon.
Okay, thank you. So,
Still, coming to the issue of persistence, and you say something about being creepy earlier on. I'm going to share this personal experience. There was this man, I don't know if he's married or not. There was this man, I was going to get fuel one evening, so he was following me. He was following me to the station. He wants to pay for the fuel. He wants to pay for
man, did you say no?
I said no. Because I don't want a situation whereby I'll feel indebted to give you my number.
Okay.
That is one. And even after I refused and I bought my friend, I was going back, he was still following me. And I said, no, this is too much. I gave him the number. This is persistence. This is what persistence costs. I gave him this number.
Okay.
On getting to my house, 2 minutes later, he called me. I blocked the number. Okay, that's that. He called me with another number. I blocked that number. And then he started calling me with a private number. So you can imagine me waking up in the morning to see missed calls from private numbers at odd hours. Like 12, 1.
Very disturbing.
It's creepy. So in being persistent, you could also
Have sense.
Yes, have sense.
Have sense. That's the word.
Creating lots of worries
Okay.
within her. The day I finally got the private, I prayed. God knows I prayed before I picked that call. I prayed before I picked that
That you
call.
won't disappear.
Yes. Only for me to hear it was this guy. I said,
Same guy.
why didn't you call me with a number? He said, but you've blocked me with the numbers I've
Exactly.
been. I said, and so doesn't that pass a message to you? So is it so hard for people to get messages? If you're a lady and you try to be polite to pass your message, they'll take it like
For granted. They'll take it for granted.
they'll take you for granted. That is why most of these girls end up being rude, which I do not support either.
Okay.
But that is what you all want. That is what they bring to the table, and that is what you give them back.
Okay. So let's Leila is pained. Let's move on. I want you guys to tell me how you like to be approached. How do you like a guy to approach you? Because we said the things that they do that like we find annoying. Don't be creepy, stop following. And if you see the way a girl is responding to you, at least pick the hints that she's not interested. So how do you like to be approached as a lady, Kachi?
Wow, oh wow. Well, wow. I said this question is well. I think I have to count my tooth before I say anything first. Well, in the cases of some guys,
Okay, some guys, like the right guys.
yes, some guys, their manner of approach pretty much can be nice. There are some, when they just approach you, the first thing they just say is good day. They kind of monitor what exactly you are doing there. Well, I just came to tell you from a distance I was seeing you, that and that. I'll be like, okay. Well, first of all, to be approached, first, I like being appreciated. So I think if a guy should approach me, the first thing you should do should maybe look for something. Maybe your perfume is nice, you smell nice, or your hair is nice.
But some guys said your eyes look nice.
No, not my eyes. Please stop looking at my eyes. God has already given me them eyes, they mine. So it's just annoying when you just see me and the first thing you could just see is to tell me my eyes is nice. I could be on contacts, for crying out loud, and those are not my real eyes. So should I take it that okay, fine? You told me yes, that's the thing. So being approached, I just like guys. They should just be real. Don't try faking stuff and don't try being who you are not to impress me, because at that point in time, your impression pretty much doesn't really matter to me if I don't have that mutual.
If you don't like him.
Yes, if I am not giving you that green light, just move on.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think it's very important, because when you say be yourself, don't be fake, I think it's something guys should really take on, because I feel some guys are proud. They're trying so hard to impress that they start saying things that they are not. Have you had an experience where a guy comes to you or is even texting you? Maybe you guys have not even really met, but he's just texting. I work with this. I have this. I live in a distant apartment. I do this. Guy, who asked you?
I have an instance
Okay.
on that. This should be like 2 weeks ago. I think I was coming back from church, So I got on this bus and I was just going and I received a phone call and I was like, okay, I'm coming home. I'm close. So this guy was like, hi, what did he even say his name was again? Yeah, he's whatever. So he was like, I work with Sterling Bank. I'm a PA to the, was it CEO or something? I was like, okay. Well, I just want to get to know you. I kind of saw you when you came out from church and all that. I was like, oh, okay. So what can I do for you? This guy was like, well, he started with the phrase again, I work with Sterling Bank. I am a PA to the CEO of this. I was like, okay, what do you want? The next thing, well, all I wanted to tell you was if I could get to know you better and if I could get your phone number and all. I was like, okay, fine. Because me, I'm this kind of person that I kind of read books. So they say you need to act like a lady and you need to think like a man. So I try putting myself in his shoes and I'd be like, okay, you want my number? Fine. Let me have your number. I'll call you.
Smart.
And he was like, no, just dial it here so that I will get it. I was like, if you want my number, no problem. I will be the one to call you.
Okay.
And after that, he just like adjusted as if to say, oh, this is a wrong person for this kind of trick I was about to play and all that. I just think that was that.
Okay, so in essence, you just want people to approach you with their real selves. Things and no rehearsed lines because he kept saying I work with Sterling Bank and PA to see. It's like you rehearsed, you don't have content, you're just empty. And thank you guys, please don't do that. Don't rehearse lines when you're trying to toast a lady. Bad idea. Layla, how do you like to be approached by a guy?
First of all, it will depend on the kind of guy, because every lady may have this type of guys that will approach her that she would definitely want to dismiss. You get, like, she doesn't even want to have anything to do with you. So from your physical looks, we could already say, okay, yes, I want to.
No, don't say we.
Okay, from my own perspective, your looks, that will be one of the reasons why.
Packaging.
Yeah, packaging. I say personal packaging, not car. Okay, not car. So when you are neat, you look prim and proper, it will definitely attract a proper response. So when I see you're a guy I can have a conversation with, we can progress from there.
How do you want them to approach you? What are the things that they can do that will captivate you so that you don't dismiss them immediately?
If you want to approach me, try to talk and leave my number out of the discussion. If we can have a conversation of 5 minutes, within that 5 minutes, I can tell if you are somebody I would like to talk to again.
That's true.
So if you want to approach me, ensure you make conversations, you take time, talk with me, not about you either.
Let's something general.
Yeah, a general
ground.
topic.
Okay.
To talk about. And when we share our opinions on this topic, I can try to say, okay, our reasoning capacities match. Let's exchange our numbers.
So you will be the one to even say it.
It doesn't really matter who says it at this point, because we've understood ourselves.
Okay.
Yes.
That makes sense. You want to say something?
Yeah.
Temple.
Yeah. I'm just looking at it from the point. I think they're correct. The only thing is that sometimes, let me ask, how do guys decipher a guy that is real in the first instance?
We feel it. It's like intuition. Instinct.
How do you know? Because I know some guys can go to the extreme to fake life and ensure that okay, if I'm so worthy now, I know that our society value those who are worthy, and I want to get attention, and I decided to mask myself and act like somebody who don't have anything. How did you know?
It's intuition. We can't really explain it. Sometimes we just feel it that something is wrong with this guy. Something is not right.
Okay, let me take that for let me say a good compliment. But I feel that I read that. There's a book I read, and that book, the name is Why Men Love Bitches. Have you read that book before?
Yes.
Good. The reason why so much, anytime I think about that book, I think about the kind of woman I should like, is because that book says, be bossy, okay? Don't give men chance to ride you anyhow. But sometimes we want to go down low to humble ourselves. That's why you see guys act somehow, okay? A guy want to come down to your step and
Wait, are you're saying ladies are down there?
no, I'm saying that some guys because it's see the dating thing sometimes okay, how far can we have a date? Some guys feel that because of the things happening in our society, the delinquent acts happening in our society, some don't feel safe even going out with you. So sometimes you just want to give them that attention, locating them down to their houses. But those ones, it seems from what they're saying, it seems they are not comfortable.
Yeah, nah, we don't like that. Don't follow us to our houses. It's in fact that's the one that's not safe. Going to the house of the lady. It's better if we meet in a public place. Where we can meet and discuss and all of that. I will pause now to to shout out to those people who are loved, and I want you to know that someone is thinking of you. So, first here on my list is Ijoma Ugujo. I'm shouting out to Ijoma Ugujo. She's a very special friend of mine, and her birthday is today, the 6th of October. Happy birthday, long life and prosperity, and I wish you all that your heart desires. I'm shouting out to Isaac Omale Ekoja. He was my first editor for the first episode of Young in Love, and his birthday comes up October 23rd. And I want to let you know that I appreciate all that you're doing for me. Pro bono. Thank you very much, and God bless you. And he's also shouting out to himself. He said he doesn't have a girlfriend, so he's sending a shout out to himself. So a shout out to Isaac Ekoja from Isaac Ekoja saying happy birthday. Next on the list you have Nkasiobi Obi Ogbonna. Babe, you're very special. Your husband sends this shout out, and your husband is Chibuzo Desmond Ogbonna. He says, I just want to let you know that you are my slice of heaven. He's very romantic, I must say. Now, Leila Villawa is sending a shout out to her future husband. We don't know who he is, but she's saying to whoever you are out there, I love you very much. Please work hard and stay away from bad company. So we have taken these 3 shout outs, and we have more shout outs, but they will come at the end of the podcast. Let's continue from where we stopped. We're about rounding up now. I think I'm going to give this time to guys to respond in detail. There's something that bothers me a lot. And the first one is, why do some guys start random conversations in buses and keke? Like, you just see a girl, she's fine, and you want to start talking to her there. What's the psychology behind that? Why do you guys do that? Temple?
Yes, I think first of all, let me start by saying some of those times a guy just broke out from a relationship or broke up with a girl, and so maybe he's possibly looking for a new date. Okay, he sees a speck that he loves, like his speck, and so you just want to use that opportunity. Maybe the girl is just your taste. I mean, everything is complete. First instance, that appearance, everything is just posh. See, you just talk to yourself, man, I don't want to miss this opportunity. Let me just try and get her attention and get her contact. The first thing a guy go for is contact.
So, and that's one thing we don't even like.
Yeah, exactly. Guys don't like that. So we just want to get that contact. Like, let me get that contact. Every right thing. That is a secret, the kingdom of God. So why you do that? So because as soon as you get it, especially her WhatsApp contact, work don't finish.
Work don't finish.
Exactly. So
wonderful. Do you have something to say,
I think I'd like to say something.
Okay, all right. Gospel.
Firstly, it's a very interesting one, and as much as possible. I think this will call lots of boundaries and also set a pace for guys and let's say guys and females generally. But then on this basis, I firstly want to say that, speaking from experience, is more or less like a stimulus response. In other words, it's a normalcy for a guy. Okay, maybe on one ground or the other, it mustn't be in the boss. Okay, to approach a female and come up with some sort of a random discussion. Now, the random is based on the personality of this guy, his reasoning faculty, or his, how will I put it, manners of approach. It could cause a concept of randomness and all that. But basically, I said it's a normalcy because there's nobody who would see something that he or she appreciates and wouldn't want to make an attempt. Okay, now, and I'd like to say that every relationship in life must have a foundation. But the truth is, how you lay the foundation is what.
Keke foundation.
So I also want to tell us that most times the Keke foundation, the Range Rover foundation, any of this foundation could lead to a successful end.
Okay.
Could also lead to a doom.
Okay.
So, but the most important thing is how these foundations are actually laid. That's the point. So I want to say to ladies out there and to my fellow guy men, you know what's up. So the point I'm making in essence is, do not see it as an abnormality or a negative syndrome for a guy approaching you in a keke or whatever. That guy could be your future
husband.
You never can tell. But the point is, please guys, as much as possible, utilize the situation very well. If you must approach a lady, please utilize the situation. There are lots of things you could come up with that could make sense. They've talked about the issue of contact. Like said, as much as possible, the way you discuss with her, the way you come up with your impressions could drive her by saying, please let me. Somebody had told me that before. A clean babe. She told me, please let me get your contact. And you know what I did? Let me call you. And so you get it. And that was just it. And I've also been able to, as many times as possible, approach females in a bus. And it ends well. So it's all about your manners of approach and your reasoning faculty.
Okay, thank you so much, Gospel. And this is going to be the last one. We need to round up now. I just need to know, when a girl approaches you for any sort of assistance at all, why do most guys say, I will see what I can do about it, or let me see what I can do about it? If you cannot do anything, or if you've scanned yourself, your pocket, and you see that, okay, you don't have that spare money on the spot, how about you just say, I don't have the money now, I wish I could help, but I'm sorry? Why do you guys say, let me see what I can do about it, and then ages will pass, ages will roll, and we don't get to hear? Why is that?
Okay, I think I'd like to come into that, but then I firstly want to say that it's not a problem for you, or it's not a negation for somebody to say, let me see what I can do about it. Personally, I'd had situations like that, okay, when I've met people and they tell me, let me see what I'll do about it, and definitely as time progresses, they're able to come up with something, and then some not being able to meet up still get back to me. The problem is not about telling somebody or telling a girl by virtue of whosoever or whatever she stands for, I'll do something about this thing. The end point is, if you're not able to meet up, you get back to her and tell her, please, I'm not able to meet up. There should be an end-to-end communication. The communication should be well groomed in the sense that it should have a beginning and an end. Okay, you don't keep someone on a suspense that will never
get back to. Okay.
To add to that, I feel sometimes it depends on the approach that the girl brings to the table. For example, she needs a textbook. She needs that textbook to write exam. she needs to do something, an assignment that, sometimes it may not be finance, it may not be money. I've seen somebody say, see, there's this chapter 4 in the project. I know you're good in that area. Please help me. I have to present next week. I know within that next week I don't have that time. But to calm her pressure down, because it seems as if the lecturer is already on her neck. So to bring down that pressure, you have to, give her a positive light, even if I know that I cannot do it. So,
That one is bad though. Though, hold on, let the guys want to hear the guys now.
Let me come to.
Okay, sorry. Let Chiemeka say something. Why do you, if you know you cannot, why do you keep saying, "Let me see what I can do about it"?
Okay, financially,
Is it a pride thing?
I've just been trying to recall if I've
Never done that.
encountered such in financially, as I said, but I don't think I could remember any for now, but I'm sure that it has happened. But I think and I feel, men now, as trying to preserve their personality, their identity, and the pride they have, has always been in charge as the head of woman and all the rest of that. So they always want to give you that impression that I've not lost it. I still have my dignity. My I need to return it despite whatever. But whether you have it or you don't, just as God's plan said it, God's first said it. Sorry, you really need to come down to an agreement with the person that is coming to you. But for a lady to come to you to ask or request for something, it means that she has seen something that, or she has this conviction that you can help her with that issue or with that. And if you don't, please just kindly
Drop pride though. Drop pride.
Kindly.
Drop pride. Okay, say something.
In accordance to what Temple said, you know fully well that you would not have the time or the resources to do that thing. Why give me false hope, knowing fully well that if you had told me that initial time, I would just take my pain in peace and go for a plan B or a plan C after, than for me to hold on to the plan A, and the plan A will now kill me as at when I'm supposed to have died before. When I'm supposed to resurrect, I will not die again. It's unlike it.
I think it's selfish actually. Like, don't do that because you don't know what is at stake. So if you can't, don't promise and then fail. Do you understand? Don't promise and fail, guys. We've come to the end of today's episode on winning ways. We'll probably have a part 2 so that we can I can see that we're all filled with a lot to say. So just before I give the recap, I need to complete the shout outs here. And the next on the list is Mr. and Mrs. Friday Ekpo. This shout out is from your son, Mr. Temple Ekpo, and he's saying that he loves the both of you for training him, for raising him well to be the man that he is. He says thank you. To architect Emmanuel DK and Mrs. Victoria Hope Anama, Mr. Temple Ekpo is also saying God bless the both of you for all that you have done. Now there's another shout out to Mrs. Rose Emmanuel Ajie. She's grandmother to Gospel Ekpo, and he is saying to his grandmother that he loves her, and he's also wishing her quick recovery. Mama, please get well. Oh. Now the next one is for David Igila. This shout out is coming from me, Keziah, and I'm saying happy birthday to you, my friend. Your birthday was on the don't do that, please. Your birthday was on the 4th of October, although it's past, but I just still feel I need to say this. Happy birthday and thank you for all that you do and all that you are. The last on the list is for Prince. Okay, the person sending this shout out specifically said I should add Prince because he's royalty. Is he single? Let us know. He's taken. Damn. Okay, so this one is for Prince Victor Emmanuel, and it's a birthday shout out. Your birthday is on the 22nd of October. Kachi Lucas is saying happy birthday to you. Next is Chinoye Egwele, aka my model, brown girl. Is that like brown skin girl?
That's brown girl.
Okay, that's brown girl. Okay, your birthday is on the 16th of October, and Kachi Lucas is saying happy birthday to you. That's brown girl. Next, we have Chidi Egwele, aka Dark Ken. Dark Ken, your birthday is on the 26th of October, and Kachi Lucas is saying happy birthday to you. Now, so just to recap all that has been said, guys, be sensitive. When you're trying to talk to a lady, when you're trying to woo a lady, be sensitive. If you see, for instance, it's about to rain, don't keep a lady under the rain because you want to talk to her. Do you understand? Yes, be very sensitive. Now, one other thing is, don't send people to call a lady. There are some guys at the restaurant or bars, you feel you're too big to do the stuff or the work yourself, you now send your boy to go and call the lady. Then someone will come and meet you and say, that guy over there is calling. Please don't do that. We find it demeaning. We too, we have some sort of pride, and integrity to protect. So please don't do that. And now, don't put us on the spot. If a girl says no, don't go asking her why. You're not entitled to an explanation from her. So please don't put ladies on the spot. Now, another thing Leila said is, you need to find a common ground. Know what the lady is interested in. If she loves movies, and maybe from her Facebook timeline you can see that she's a movie person, she keeps giving reviews on movies, or you see that she's someone who loves hair or makeup or football, just find a common ground so that when you're talking to this lady, you're not talking about yourself, you're not talking about the lady, you're talking about something that interests the both of you. Now, appreciate the lady and give compliments. Kachi said that, but you need to be really sensitive. If you see, for instance, that a girl uses glasses, you don't know what she's struggling with, please just leave her eyes alone. Leave her eyes alone. Be sensitive, you understand? So when you're trying to give compliments, be sensitive. But I think ladies actually like compliments, but give your compliments and please pass. Don't now start trying to stretch it. And another thing is, be yourself. Be yourself. Please don't rehearse lines to get a lady. I'm the PA to the CEO. I work with Sterling Bank. That is all you have to say. Meanwhile, this lady is listening for more things that you're going to say, but she keep rehearsing the same lines. Don't rehearse lines to woo a lady. Be yourself. If the car is not yours, you're probably the driver. Please don't boast about owning the car, or don't act like the car is yours. Don't lie, because when she finds out the truth, then it will now be as if the relationship was built on lies and she's after material things. No, you lied to her, so she has every right to leave that relationship. Please, am I speaking your mind?
Yes.
All right, thank you very much. So now we've come to the end of today's episode of Young in Love, Winning Ways, and I want to thank you guys for coming, for showing up. And I think the guys here are single, right?
Yeah, we're single.
You're
I'm single.
very single. Okay, single to stupor.
Yeah, single.
Single? No, the gospel is not single. He's not answering.
I said I have a girlfriend, but you don't understand the level of relationship.
Okay. You have a girlfriend. And Chemika?
I'm singly single.
Okay, he's singly single. So the guys here are single. In case, like, I think there should be like a sort of adverts, girls can, if they like what you said. And the ladies here, so Kachi Lucas, you're taken, yeah? You're single.
Single but not ready to mingle.
You're single
But not ready to mingle.
but not ready to mingle. Gotcha. Leila?
I am single.
All right, so we have a company of single persons. So feel free to drop your comments. Oh, please, I'm single as well. So to my dear listeners, feel free to drop your comments in the audio section of the podcast. I'd like to listen to it, and thank you guys for listening. I really appreciate. Till when next we meet, stay good. Be good, be yourself when talking to a lady. And ladies, Kwano, just try and be nice to the guys, okay? Till when next we meet, take care and bye.